Thanks for tuning back into the Sports Quarter. I'm JB, and this is my co-host Q. This is a show produced by the Advanced Sports Broadcasting class, and it's recorded right here at the University of Central Missouri.
It's called the Sports Quarter because we are now on our third or our fourth 20-minute episodes that are meant to cover sports at all levels. And today we'll be bringing you some new segments.
Every episode has been a little different than the last, and we'll continue that trend over the course of the next 20 minutes with a variety show containing new material.
Speaking of new material, two of our own, Megan Hendricks and Nikki Randall, went out on campus recently for our first Person on the Street segment to get into the sports minds of students here at the UCM. Let's take a look.
Hey, it's Nikki for Meals on the Street here on the UCM campus. We're going to be out here asking people some questions, possibly bothering them, but if you know me, it's what I like to do. So let's go out here and ask some people some questions. Hey, this is Nikki. I'm here with Meals on the Street. I'm here with
Eleanor.
Okay, Eleanor, I have a question for you. Are you following the Fortnite World Cup?
I'm not.
Why not?
Fortnite is for 10-year-olds?
And right now we have
Cole.
Okay. Cole, do you think the Vikings will win another Super Bowl?
I do not think the Vikings will win a Super Bowl. They inhabited ancient Greenland in the early 1600s. I think they should probably stick to that. I don't know how good they are at football.
Right now we have
J. Todd.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you this question. Do you ever think the Vikings will win a Super Bowl?
I do have my own biases because I'm not a Vikings fan, but however, I would say maybe the next 2 to 5 years.
2 to 5 years, that's a long time. Yeah. Hey, it's Nikki, and we're back with Meals on the Street. We're here with
Sean, Kevin, Devin, Tim.
This sounds like a boy band. Okay, so my question is, we're going to have two questions. The first one is John Cena a better wrestler or actor? I see a lot of...
I haven't answered. He's a better wrestler because he can't be seen on camera.
That's deep. That's real deep. Here with
Dan Plott.
Okay, Dan. Do you think Phillip Rivers cries all the time or just during games?
Phillip Rivers. What does he play?
Huh? Football.
Football?
Yeah.
Probably did. Well, I really don't know.
You're here with
Maddie.
Okay, Maddie, I have a question for you. Do you think LeBron will be a better captain of the Toon Squad than Michael Jordan?
No.
Why not?
MJ over LeBron.
All day?
All day.
Every day. On the street, I'm here with
Austin Covey.
You're very tall, sir. You're a giant. Okay, my question is, what are your thoughts on the NFL fantasy draft?
I never do it.
Never? Why not?
It's just too much work.
I feel you. Here we have today is
Ernisha and Maya.
Okay, ladies, my question is, who has a better beard? Bryce Harper or James Harden?
James Harden.
Okay, why he got a better beard?
It's very long and full.
What about you, ma'am?
I don't know either one of the people to know their
Street, I'm here with
James Schnorrenberg.
That's a long last name.
It is.
Okay, my question for you is, are you following the Fortnite World Cup?
No, I'm not, but it's cool that there's money for it.
Money?
Yeah, like prize money, like winnings for it.
I'm going to start playing Fortnite now because we know Zoe likes the monies.
You just never know what people will say when asking those type of questions. It seems like a good place to stop for a quick commercial break. Stay tuned after this break. We got plenty more here on the Sports Quarter.
Welcome back to the third episode of the Sports Quarter. Back in the control room is our director, Brian Bestian, and he, along with others on the crew, filmed some famous plays in sports history, but with a twist. They were all reenacted by students, and we have to guess what plays they're trying to show us. Are you ready for this first play?
No, I'm really not, but let's go and see the video.
7, or from championship number 6. Open. Go with the lead. Timeout. 5.2 seconds left. Running on fumes with 45 points.
At the end of the game, you got to get it out of his hands.
That's a tough one. I'm going to guess that that's KD's shot from the finals last year, because I don't think Brian could make the actual shot, so I think that he had to move it up a little bit.
True. I mean, I might have to agree with you on that. I heard 45 points, and it seemed like it was kind of like, you know, maybe it seemed like it was like more of a recent play.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was more like in a significant type of moment. So I would have to either say it might be that, but I'm going to go with, I think it was like a Kobe moment. I think it had to be something with Kobe maybe like a few years ago.
I could see that.
Making a big shot and a big play. I'm going to have to go with Kobe Bryant, at least on that one maybe.
All right. We'll find out how we did after we see all 4 plays. On to the next ones. Well, that second one, I'm going to have to go with Willie Mays at the Polo Grounds for that one. I've seen that play before, and I'm pretty confident in that pick. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. I mean, that last one, I don't know. It seemed like I was kind of stuck on it. Like it just kind of changed over. I was a little bit stuck. You think you might know what?
I don't know. I couldn't figure it out either. I don't know. That one stumped me. Let's see what it was.
We got one last play to watch before the final results. Let's see it. Well, that last one was kind of obvious. I mean, that was obviously LeBron James, you know, blowing into Lance Stephenson's ear last year in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So that was pretty obvious. So, I mean, let's go ahead and take a look at these answers now on the answer key. So let's see what our final results.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how we did. Oh, so the first one was Jordan in Game 6 in the finals.
See, I don't know why I was finally thinking that after Brian, you know, he hit the little, you know, that's the pose that Jordan ended up hitting on.
Yeah. We should have gotten that one for sure. The Batista bat flip on the second one, that makes a lot more sense. We got the Willie Mays catch and we got the Lance Stephenson one. So I say overall we did pretty good.
We did pretty decent. So we finally reached the halfway point, and we're going to stop there and step aside for a short commercial break. Stay with us. Hot Takes next, coming up.
Got a quarter?
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education. What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else?
Or will you dare do something different?
Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills.
The smarts?
Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget.
That'd be cool.
Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me? Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education.
What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job?
Be like everybody else.
Or will you dare do something different?
Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher.
You got the skills, the smarts.
Yes, you.
You could be the teacher I never forget. That'd be cool.
Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
Before the commercial break, we mentioned that Hot Takes was up next. So what is that exactly? It's a brand new part of the show that will feature our engineer, Darren Plummer, and cameraman, Wyatt Craven.
It's called Hot Takes because those two will be debating multiple topics only after they both eaten hot peppers, ranging from mild to hot. The question is, will they be able to withstand the heat while going head-to-head? Let's find out. Take it away, guys.
Welcome to the one and only attempt at Hot Takes on this show. Let's hope it goes well. I'm Wyatt Craven, and I think I'm ready to eat these peppers.
My feeling's exactly Wyatt. I'm Darren Plummer, and we'll get this started with a jalapeno. It shouldn't be too bad, should it, Wyatt?
I don't know.
I don't know.
All right,
You ready?
yep.
You gonna cling cling?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's toasty.
It's worse when you swallow it. All right. This.
What you got, Wyatt?
The designated hitter in the Major League Baseball has always been a topic of debate. So here's where I stand on it. I think, still chewing on this thing, I think the MLB needs the designated hitter.
Wrong.
Why am I wrong?
Multiple reasons. First one I'm going to go with is Madison Bumgarner at Oracle Park in San Francisco hitting a homer off Clayton Kershaw was one of the best moments in that ballpark since Barry Bonds broke the home run record. Pitcher versus pitcher, two of the arguably top pitchers in the league going head-to-head, and he hits a home run off of him. Like, that's just an amazing feeling for them to be able to do that. Like, there's no other feeling that can happen. Yeah, you get a big-time hitter. Bryce Harper goes up there and hits one off Clayton Kershaw, whoop-de-doo. But for a pitcher to step into the box and go head-to-head with his rival and hit a home run in his home ballpark, there's nothing that can compete to that. There's nothing you can say that can take that moment away from baseball.
Okay, that's a good point. But how many other pitchers can do that, though, is the question. There's just a handful of pitchers in the MLB out of the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds that we have that can actually do that.
I mean, that's valid, but let's look back in history, okay? Babe Ruth was a pitcher. Babe Ruth was 94 and 46 as a starting pitcher. Had an ERA of 2.277. Are you saying that one of the best hitters of all time was a pitcher? It can happen. What we're doing today is taking the hitting out of baseball for the pitchers so they're not practicing. They're not going to spring training and hitting the batting cages. They're not coming up through college hitting the batting cages, going up there and hitting. I just think if you take it away, it's a big part of baseball that if you take it away from the National League, it waters it down. In the American League, hit batsmen are hit 15% more than in the National League. Why? Because the National League pitchers know they don't have to step into the box and face the opposing pitcher. So they can go up there and hit whoever they want. That's my take on it.
All right, that's a good point.
It's a hot take still.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay. All right. Let's change the topic to how the NBA approaches the one-and-done rule. Before I ask the question, though, I'm going to regret saying this. Let's take a bite of a hotter habanero pepper. That sounds really stupid, given how the first one's still in my mouth.
Yeah. All right. Ready for that? I don't want to do it either. All right, here you go. Oh, boy.
Oh, my God. So, Wyatt, would you be in favor of letting high school players jump to the NBA?
Oh.
Would you?
No,
I
would not.
Concede to you so we can move.
What
do you think?
I think one big thing you have to look at is
You're not crying. I'm crying. I'm not crying. You're crying.
Is a lack of maturity when it comes to high schoolers coming straight into the NBA.
Okay.
Okay.
What are you saying? I can't listen to you.
The lack of maturity of high schoolers coming into the NBA. Yeah. Because think about after most NBA games, what do players do? They go out to bars, clubs to celebrate a win. And now you have this high school kid who comes in there who's not as mature, can't go out to those bars, and very unlikely that he has anybody else that he has anybody else on the team his age to be able to understand what he's going through.
I'm going to be honest, I haven't heard a word you're saying. But I'm just going to tell you, first of all, the rule states that you have to be 19 for the entire calendar year to enter the draft. Okay?
Yep.
You have to be at least one season removed from high school ball. My mouth is on fire. You all right?
Oh, I'm good.
That was dumb. Players that go to college for 1 year, who's making money on those players? The NCAA, the institutions. The players aren't able to use their talent and go make money. MLB allows players to come right into the draft. Right? They're able to sign those big contracts. Bryce Harper was able to go right in, get drafted, get on the field and play. So I feel like if you look at other sports, yes, football, you have to go to college. Why? Because no one is ready for the NFL straight out of high school. Right? That's just not possible. Kevin Garnett, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, all came straight out of high school and have dominated the NBA like that pepper dominated my mouth. Okay? So argue that. Wyatt, I dare you.
Okay. Well, what do you think about the fact that high schoolers should be able to work a stepping stone when it comes to education? Like, they get an education, but they don't get as big of an education whenever they step into college and have to deal with all these things that you would have to deal with in the real.
I believe the NBA should instill some type of education for their players to ready them for the fame and the spotlight. I absolutely believe that. And I think everybody should be wanting to further their education in college. And just because you go out into your career field doesn't necessarily mean that you can't go back to college or you shouldn't pursue a degree while in your career field. So those are my thoughts.
Okay. All right. Well, I wish I could say it's been fun,
It
but
has not been fun. That is a lie. Teleprompter man, you're a liar.
all right, we're gonna toss it back to you guys, and I'm gonna go get some milk because this is awful.
Milk.
Can't wait to watch the replay of that segment. Unfortunately, we have to stop there for a break. In the final quarter of our show, we'll break down the NBA playoffs and then look back on our past game picks. Stay tuned.
Got a quarter?
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Getting that college education. What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else?
Or will you dare do something different?
Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills.
The smarts?
Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget.
That'd be cool.
Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
Welcome back to the Sports Quarter. The NBA playoffs have been in full swing since last week, and in the first round is coming to a close. Any team surprising you, or like any performances that you kind of see that are a surprise to you, JB?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the Spurs in this one. I mean, they're the 7th seed going up against the number 2 seed in the Nuggets. Even with Popovich and his long history of playoff success, it's just a surprise to see this team compete against such a good team in the Nuggets. And I think if they can get past that, this good of a Nuggets team, then we'll see what they can do if they do get past the Nuggets against the top competition in the West.
I guess like a surprise to me are the both of the 1 seeds. The first would be the Bucks, like how they dominated the whole series. It was just a complete domination. It was never a point where, that I felt the Pistons were ever going to have an advantage over them. Even with Blake Griffin coming back, it just didn't seem like they were going to have any type of advantage. And with Giannis putting up his career high in points last night with 41 ever in the playoffs, that just kind of boosted my mind with that. The Bucks are actually a team that's going to be a championship contender maybe this year for the East. And with the Warriors, I'm sorry, that 31-point loss, that 31-point lead that you guys had and you blew it to the Clippers. Even though they're up 3-1 in the series, come on, guys, you can't be giving up a 31-point lead and you're the Warriors. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the Warriors have seemed a little sloppy to me already. They're doing well in this series, up 3-1, but they really need to tighten it up if they want to go up against other teams in the West that are trying to get in there, like the Rockets.
And another thing I just want to see if the Nets can kind of come back, or the Jazz. Those have been two surprising teams to me, and I just want to see if one of those teams can finally make a comeback for it.
Mm-hmm. Now that we've caught you up on what's going on in the NBA playoffs, it's time to take a look back at how we all did with our game picks from the previous episode.
Just a quick refresher on what those picks were. We have decided on who's going to win each of those Final Four matchups between Auburn and Virginia and Texas Tech and Michigan State. For the third game, we had to pick either the Cubs or the Brewers. Before we look at those, and everyone else did, you just made fun of Wyatt for an 0-3, what he did. Is, having this 0-3. And I'm just curious, how did your picks come out, coming into today?
Obviously I made fun of Wyatt for going 0-3 and then ended up being 0-3, so that was a bad decision. Maybe I'll make fun of Darren for being 6-0 and see how that works out. But,
right.
I definitely need to do better this week, but, we'll see how it goes.
With that being said, let's bring up those standings. As you can see there, Darren went perfect again, and he's at the top with 6-0. Everyone else behind him is trying to catch up at this point.
Those games are in the books, and anything can still happen in the standings, so on to new picks. Assuming they win their series, the second round will feature the Raptors and the 76ers. Who do you have winning the whole series, Q?
It's going to be kind of a tough decision, but I'm going to have to go with Toronto. Right now, they're kind of just more dominant in my sense. The 76ers, I feel like they have the easier route to kind of go, and I got the Raptors.
Yeah, no, I'm picking the Raptors too. I don't know. I just don't believe in Ben Simmons, man. Embiid's been doing well, but Simmons has got to get that shot together. If he wants to make a run with the 76ers.
From one playoff to another, we'll make our first NHL matchup pick. Bruins versus the Maple Leafs. Who do you have got winning Game 7?
This has been a tough one for me. I don't know. Game 7 is going down to the wire. I'm going with the Bruins, though.
I'm going to have to agree with the same thing. Bruins have kind of just been more dominant in my eyes. I'm going to have to go with the Bruins as well. So.
Yeah. We'll shift to the MLB. Who wins the first game of the weekend series between the Pirates and the Dodgers?
I chose the Dodgers. Honestly, I'm more favoritized of the Dodgers, and I got to go with the Dodgers.
Yeah, it looks like we're in lockstep agreement this week. I went with the Dodgers as well. The Pirates could come out and get the upset, but the Dodgers have been playing well. Bellinger's been making plays all year. Can't wait to see the game.
We actually have a fourth game to make a pick on in hopes of shaking up the standings. A matchup between two of the top softball teams in the conference, with UCM playing Lindenwood this weekend. Who do you think is going to take the first game of this doubleheader?
I'm going with UCM. Haven't watched the last UCM games. The girls have been playing hot lately. Can't wait to see how they do against Lindenwood.
Well, it seems like we're going 4 for 4, man, because I'm going with UCM too. I can't go away from the home team. This is our home team. I can't go away from them. So I'm choosing UCM.
Yeah. With that, episode 3 has come to a close. Our next will be the season finale, and as usual, the next episode will feature an entirely different show format for you. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.